Hi YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives. Welcome to the channel. What is contained in my so-called Back to Basics EDC pouch, the skull pouch? In this video I'm going to show you an everyday carry kit, a little toolkit. It's not like a wilderness kit or anything, it's just useful daily tools. This is going to be an example of a little bit of a different approach. If you saw my previous video with this kit, which was called the Pouch of Infinite Possibilities, I'll include a link. This is a kit that's packed really full of all types of, it pretty much is a MacGyver type kit, right? But a kit like that is not the only option. I wanted to do something different. Now this, you're wondering, why is there a skull on this? This is actually a cigarette case, right? And there's a skull on it because cigarettes can be damaging to your health, so that's to remind you where you could end up. One great thing about a cigarette case, it has a built-in slot for a lighter there. Pretty cool. All right, so let me show you what is in this. Your first item is your lighter. You got easy access to that because it's in the side there. A nice little zombie theme. Hey, I figured why not have your stuff match? So there's the lighter. What is in here? So let me just unload it all and we'll get into it. What's that? Okay, you know what that is. Leatherman Wave. The T10 through night flashlight. And the rest is just your basic first aid supplies. Just some first aid supplies, and that's all that's in here. That's why I call this the Back to Basics Everyday Carry Kit. And in my first aid supplies, you know, you got some antibiotics, different size bandages, and some over-the-counter pain medicine. Alright. Now I'm sure these items are all pretty self-explanatory, except for this. This is a Boker mini bar. It's basically it's a little pry tool, right? But you can also pry with this end. So I like it a little bit better than the smaller ones. Like they have some pry tools that are basically would just be like this part for the keychain, but this gives you a lot more prying because you can just get a better grip on it for one thing. So yeah, pretty cool. There's a pocket clip. That's a cap lifter as well. So the Boker mini bar, it's just an emergency mini prying and breaching tool. I'm going to do a full review of that in the future. Now this kit is a good example of what I call the 4 basics of EDC. These are basic categories which almost the entire community agrees upon. The 4 basics as I see them are a fire starting source, a light source, your tools. Tools includes cutting tools, so it includes a folding knife, but most people are going to carry their folding knife, you know, separate from the kit, right? But the multi-tool and your knife are going to be tools. And the 4th would be first aid, whatever first aid you can manage to carry. The only thing that's not a basic here would be the pry tool. That's just my own personal addition because I don't like to pry with my knives. The pry tool is not essential, but it really depends what job you have. If you have a job like police or some job where you have to get in, need an emergency prying tool, it could be essential for you. Now the major benefit of this type of kit, there's several. One, it keeps things very simple. You don't have 1,000 different components. Number 2, by having fewer components, by basically limiting yourself to maybe 4, 5, or 6 components, it lets you use larger items which have more capability. For example, I have tools in this kit because it's a densely packed kit, it's like a mini multi-tool. This kit with less items allows me to use a full-size multi-tool and a larger, more powerful flashlight. So you can go both ways. You know, it really depends where you're going and what you're doing, whether you want the basics, the powerful basics kit, or the everything mini MacGyver kit. Really depends where you're going and what you're doing. I like both approaches. Alright YouTube, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want a pouch like this, they sell them for pretty cheap on Amazon. It's just look up Skull cigarette pouch. Another good thing about this is if you have this on your belt, people are just going to think you got a pack of cigarettes in there. They're not going to know that you're one of those evil tactical weirdos, okay? They're just going to ask you for a freaking cigarette. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing the skull pouch of Back to Basicsness. This has been We All Juggle Knives. Peace out, guys.